the show on Netflix. There's no difference.
3 TV-like episodes every week is wild.
How do you make this work economically?
So then I start studying YouTube University. $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. Overnight, it went to $1 million.
When you grew up in Alabama, you grew up poorer than poor.
We were in a trailer. Everyone is depending on me. I have to make this work. I have to make it.
Today on the Colin and Spiro Show, we're joined by Kinigra Dion.
She makes 20-minute plus scripted episodes 3 times a week. But she's not in Los Angeles. She is building her own Hollywood in Birmingham, Alabama.
She has 4.4 million subscribers. Her channel has done over 400 million views over the past year. 70% of that audience watches her content on connected TVs in their living rooms, and 94% of her viewers are returning. To be honest, this was one of the most fun episodes to record. We were in a totally different studio, which you'll see as you watch it.
She's also just really funny and an incredible storyteller. Like, she takes us on an absolute ride.
We also got really in the trenches of some of these emotions of what it means to build something out of nothing and create generational wealth from your ideas.
I get chills, honestly, just thinking about this episode.
Yeah, this is a great... you guys are going to love this episode. This episode of the Colin and Spiro Show is supported by Bitdefender. All of us as creators, our channels are not just a place to upload our videos. Our channels are our livelihoods. Imagine leaving the front door to your house open and completely unlocked. That's what it's like when you don't have security for your channel.
Creator friends of ours have had their channels hacked, and whenever you see that happen to someone else, you always think, that's not going to happen to me, right?
Here's what we do. We use Bitdefender security for creators. It gives our YouTube channel 24/7 account protection and alerts us for any potential hacking attacks or suspicious activity.
Bitdefender monitors your channel in real time and gives you alerts if it sees anything suspicious, like an unauthorized login, changes to your profile, or even suspicious video deletions.
Now, because your YouTube channel is connected to your email account, Bitdefender also protects you against phishing emails. That's when you get an email that might look like a sponsorship inquiry, but it's actually designed to steal your login information and hack your account.
Bitdefender also has team accounts made for channels like us who have multiple members of their team that access their channel on a daily basis.
Bitdefender has been a global leader in cybersecurity, and they just launched this product specifically for creators like us.
So for a limited time, you can get their launch discount, which is 50% off, and you can try it for 30 days risk-free.
If you're a YouTube creator, you should definitely have your account protected with Bitdefender. The link is in our description. You can click that link and get set up. There's also a QR code on screen right now. Just scan that, get set up with their launch discount. Protect your channel.
All right, now for our episode with Kinigra Dion.
Kinigra Dion, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, first, just to establish for our audience, we are not in our normal studio. We're actually in Dallas, Texas right now. We've been wanting to do this episode with you for a really long time.
Yes.
We happen to be in the same city, and we just felt like we had to do it. So we got the space, and here we are. And we're really excited about this. I've honestly wanted to do this episode since we met you and since we heard about you. We're one of the most fascinating creators on YouTube.
There's no one like you on YouTube.
No one, and no one has my name, by the way.
What do you mean?
No one. I'm
In
the
the
only
world?
in the world.
In
I'm
the
the
world?
only Kinigra.
Wow, interesting.
I tell everyone it means though sun goddess, king, and then Ra at the end, but it's a lie.
It's a lie. So you have been coined the Tyler Perry of YouTube. Do you like that?
I do. I do. He is such an inspiration just from his journey. I watched him when I was a little girl to see where he is now. He has a big studio. Have you guys seen it? I wish I could tour it, but it is huge. It is how do you go from shooting plays to making movies to this massive studio? So yeah, if someone refers to me or think that I am somewhat in a tiniest bit like him, yeah, it's a compliment. It's the utmost compliment.
You do. I mean, you're on that trajectory as well. You're building a studio in Alabama.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes you so different on YouTube is that you're making scripted content.
Yes.
That's a really just not something that we see all the time on YouTube. It is kind of starting to happen a little bit, but it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do for, a multitude of reasons. Obviously, like the economic model that backs it up is challenging. Titles and thumbnails for scripted content is really hard. Like getting people to watch it.
Yeah.
But there's some really interesting stats about your channel that we actually chatted about yesterday on a panel. That almost 70% of your viewership comes on connected TVs. So people are watching it in their living room. And 94% of your viewers in the past month are returning viewers. So that means like people are turning on their TV to watch your show and repeatedly watching your show. You put out 3 episodes a week. So you are reinventing what we knew of as television.
Yeah.
How did this come together? Like, how do you get to the point where you are building this modern studio?
Okay, so when I first started, I moved to LA in 2018. I was trying to be a fashion designer, and I hate fashion, actually. I actually shop in my husband's closet. He is the fashion person.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was...
You have a company to style people? A styling company?
Yes! How do you know that? That is hilarious. I did not know you knew that.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I've seen the
people
site.
hired... You saw the site?
Yeah.
It's still up?
Well, you can find it. Yep.
That's so embarrassing.
Wow. I hope there is someone watching who was styled by you.
You were.
But now it's like, I knew she wasn't fully in this.
I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Like, I had no idea. But yeah, anyway, I went to LA. I actually interned for this, they were like this distributor company. Anyway, I met this girl. I was out at this event, and her name was Money Drea, and she heard me talking, because this is not really my talking voice. I talk more Southern than this. And anyway, I was talking to a friend. I was like, yeah, you know, she was like, wait, where are you from? I was like, Alabama. Where you from? Because, you know, she has the Southern accent. She was like, South Carolina. I'm like, hey, you from the South? We're from the South. We're in LA. And right then we clicked. And so she used to do these short Instagram, kind of like, they're called Reels now, but it was like almost mini Vines.
Got it.
And so she was like, be in my video. And I'm like, no. Anyway, I started doing it. Everybody back home was like, what are you doing? You are making a fool of yourself. And I'm like, I am. I know. That's what I said. Anyway, from there, it was these guys, Big Jaw, El Hodge, all of them asked me to be in their videos to act. I guess they thought they saw something in me too. And I started acting in their videos, and then I'm like, hey, I have to go to work. And they were like, and then I was like, so where do you guys work? They're like, oh, we don't. This is what we do. I'm like, you guys are making a living from doing this every day? And they're like, yeah. And so I'm like, well, show me. And so that's where it started. They showed me, and I just took it a step further.
Okay, so I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
I also read, you have a quote where you said that when you grew up in Alabama, you grew up poorer than poor.
Yes.
So when you grow up in that setting, like what was your relationship with making money and economic stability? Because styling, acting, these things are not the path to economic stability.
Yeah, and that wasn't my, at first, okay, so for me, we grew up really poor. My family, you know, my mom, my dad, they really tried their best, but we still were poor. And so even now, like my kitchen, my bedroom, my house, I would like spend my last, even when I was in LA, I had a very nice apartment, but I was going check to check because I couldn't go back to living like that. So I've always, I don't care if I'm going broke, my house and where I stay is going to be nice. But I was the first in my family to go to college. I went to the University of Alabama. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. And then from there, I went to become a clinical laboratory scientist. Very stable job, easy to get. And I ended up working for the VA hospital in Birmingham. And then I transferred to the VA hospital in Long Beach. So I moved to Huntington Beach. I never visited California. It was the worst year of my life.
Being in California?
Yes. It was the worst year. I was like, I had this perception of California. And then when I got there, it was